Hey friends, how are ya? Good to see you. Hey, I'm so glad you made it. Oh my gosh, I love your background. Wow, you have great PJs on. Have you ever thought about your grand entrance, how you enter a room, how you pop on video? In this video, we're gonna learn how to make your grand entrance grand. Step number 1, walk with purpose. The most important thing you have to know about your grand entrance is it happens the moment someone first sees you, the moment you walk into a room. The problem is most of us, once we walk into a room, we are critically checking everything out, where we're like, where's the bar? Where do I put my coat? Do I know anyone? Where's the host? Right? Like we're immediately in scanning mode. That means that other people who have already had their drink, they're nice and calm, they're chatting with others, they see you, your very first impression is this. I want to make sure that that first few seconds that you walk into a room, the first few seconds people see you, that you look confident, calm, and purposeful. That means the minute before you walk into a room or hop on video, I want you to think of your purpose. What's the one thing you're going to do the moment you walk into a room? And then when you walk into a room, I want you to nail that goal. So if you're going to drop off your coat, the very first thing you're doing is your coat. If you need to go to the bathroom, the very first thing you're doing is aiming to the bathroom. If you're looking for the host, the very first thing you're doing is aiming a beeline for the host. That purpose is a couple things. One is it prevents that sort of darting eye, what do I do? Kind of look, or that like shakiness that can happen. Second, it gives your walk purpose. You know those people who walk into a room and they just feel like they own the place? They don't necessarily own the place, or maybe sometimes they do, but they have the feeling that they know what they're doing there. They have a purpose. They have a goal, a destination in mind. That actually makes your walk more purposeful. It makes your stance more purposeful. So think of your one goal before you walk into a room and make that the very first thing you do. Step number 2, sweeping gaze. When most people walk into a room, they try to take in as much as possible. So you get that darting eyes look or the deer in the headlights. Right? So I want to make sure that your gaze is also purposeful along with your walk. So the way that I want you to sweep a room is to sweep a room with your gaze. Sweeping gaze is a slow, methodical look around the room. Start at the moment you enter a room because it will give you even more purpose. Bonus points if you can add that calm, serene feeling to your face. So oftentimes when I walk into a room, I will start on my left, and so I recommend you stand as well, and then I'll do a slow, quick scan. And then when I see the object of my purpose, remember that purpose we decided in the last step, that's when I make a long, prolonged gaze towards them. So I created a little graphic for you to kind of see what this feels like in theory. So you walk into a room, you make a couple quick glances, just sweeping across the room until you find the object of your goal, the host, the bathroom, the bar, the food, the coat rack, and then you make a long, purposeful gaze towards that person or thing. This is going to channel your confidence. One is it's nice and broad. So we like people who are calm and relaxed, who aren't uptight and nervous and quickly darting. We like people with nice relaxed shoulders who are calmly taking in the room. There's my friend. I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you. Right? And then you're able to go towards that person. This also has a great signal for your person. So if you're going to approach a friend or a colleague or the host or your boss, whoever you see, and they're across the room and you're maintaining eye contact with them, they're likely to get the cue or the signal, they're coming for me. So if I'm sweeping, 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 there's my friend. Nice to see you. Like everyone's cued that I'm going towards that person. So I look purposeful to them, I look purposeful to others, and I also avoid that darting eyes. Step number 3, signal. We did an experiment in our lab where we analyzed 495 pitches on Shark Tank. So I love the show Shark Tank. Shark Tank is when entrepreneurs come on and they pitch a panel of sharks or investors, their business idea, and then those sharks can invest in their business. One thing that we learned in analyzing all these pitches is we learned that successful entrepreneurs, successful pitches who landed a deal, had a couple of specific nonverbal cues that they used more than others. And the biggest one is they signaled friendliness or trust right from the start of their pitch. Their grand entrance included a friend signal. So the bad pitchers, they often walk down a long hallway. They usually stay pretty still. They keep their hands by their sides or in their pockets. And they walk down the hallway and they say, "Good morning, sharks. Today I'm looking for an investment in my company." This is fine, but it's highly competent. They're focusing all their charisma on the verbal content. But actually, we like to look for nonverbal signals first. And this is a critical part of your grand entrance. When you enter a room, I want you to immediately signal friend, not foe. I want you to immediately signal trust. So when you walk into a room, it's, hey, everyone. Oh, hi, Jeanette. Nice to see you. Oh, wow, look at that great bar. I love it. Those open palm signals do something really interesting in the brain. The brain loves to see an open palm because it shows intention, it shows friendliness. So if you can wave, high five, hug, acknowledge something across the room, give the room a little bit of a wave, all those friend signals help warm you up so that you seem more approachable. If you really want to seem approachable to people, if you really want to signal friendliness, if you want to build your likability, the best way to do that is to immediately walk into a room. Hey everyone, good to see you. This is also the first thing I do on video. The very first thing I do on all my videos is I'm like, hey YouTube friends. Same thing on my video calls. Hey team. Hey Barb. Hey Mike. And that's because I know that immediately signals I'm here to connect. And that's what you want to do too. Other friend signals you can do. So not only hand signals, also the nod, right? Oh, hey, good to see you. So a nod, also a smile, right? Ah, hey, good to see you. Also an eyebrow raise. Oh, hi, good to see you, right? So all those are also friend signals. So here are your choices when you first enter a room. Ideally in the first 5 to 10 seconds of entering, wave, smile, nod, eyebrow raise, or eye contact. It immediately increases your likability. Step number 4, swift personal greetings. In one episode of my favorite show, Community, you see the star of the show, Jeff Winger, played by Joel McHale, enter into a room, and he makes the best entrance ever. I want to watch the clip and see if you spot what he does in this video to make it so grand.
TV and life are different, right?
Hey! My lady.
My lord.
Hey, baby.
Hi, sweetie.
You smell nice. Vitamin P. Morning, Jeffrey. People were jazzed to see me, too. Word 'em out! Everywhere.
Good entrance. It's for you. Thank you.
Love it. Okay. So I love this clip. So first you notice that he enters into a room nice and calm and broad, right? He greets everyone with an open palm gesture, open arm gesture, and then he makes very quick personal greetings. So he goes around to each person in the group and personalizes the greeting for them. So he says, "Milady" to Annie and kisses her hand. He compliments Shirley on how she smells. He gives a fist bump to Troy. He gives a handshake to Pierce. He gives a double handshake to Abed. These are all personal greetings, and here's why they're important. First is they're personal to each person. So he sees who would prefer a kiss on the hand versus a handshake versus a fist bump. He also adds something very quick, a quick positive inside joke, a quick positive greeting. "Milady, you smell so lovely. What's up?" I think these little personal greetings show that you're seeing each individual person as they are. So if you're entering into a party, a meeting, a networking event, and you see people you know, making quick personal greetings is wonderful. Even if you don't know the people, I still want you to make swift personal greetings. For example, if I'm walking to a group, we could take the Jeff Winger note and go like this. Hey, oh, nice to meet everyone. Hi, pleasure. Oh, nice to meet you. Oh, wonderful, great shirt. Oh yeah, hi, nice to see you. Oh yes, we met in the bathroom. Right, so like, even if it's a group of people you don't know, it makes each person feel like you're creating a brief moment of connection with them. Another bonus thing, do you notice what else Jeff did? A lot of touch. So if you feel comfortable with it, he did the hand kiss, he did the handshakes, he did a fist bump. Every time that you have a moment of touch with someone, even as quick as a little handshake, it creates a little bit of oxytocin. Oxytocin is a chemical that makes us feel connected and bonded. So the more that you can have quick handshake, quick high five, quick fist bump, those create little moments of oxytocin, which increases your trust. I like to personalize my greetings based on my comfort level. So this might be hugs for people you're most comfortable with, high fives for casual acquaintances, handshakes in a professional setting or when quickly meeting new people, fist bumps if that's what's offered to you. Here are some other personalized greetings that you can use for new people, old people, that are just positive and a little bit encouraging. Hi, friend. Hey, buddy. Sarah, it's so great to see you. Good morning, team. Pleasure to meet you, Sarah. Well, this is lovely joining all of you. Long time no see, friend. You look wonderful. By the way, I always pick Sarah as the fill-in name. I hope there's a Sarah watching, and if you're not named Sarah, I really like you too. I just always think of Sarah as the first name. The funny thing is I don't even have a real Sarah friend, so this Sarah is like my imaginary friend somewhere. So just pretend that I'm meeting you, Sarah. Step number 5, open a sparking conversation. Your grand entrance ends the moment you start a conversation, but the transition period from coming in and greeting people into conversation is where a little bit of awkwardness can happen, or autopilot burnout sterile conversations. Unfortunately, most people will come into a group and they'll say, "How are ya?" Or they'll walk up to a person, "How's it going?" Or "What's up?" Those are all fine, but the problem is you're inviting the other person to stay on a social script, right? If I get asked, "How are ya?" without even thinking, I answer, "Fine." If someone says, "How's it going?" "Good." I don't even think of the answer. It's so autopilot. So what I want you to do instead is have those quick personal greetings and then ask something slightly sparking, a little conversation starter that gets people out of autopilot. My favorite way to do this is with a context cue. A context cue is when you take a cue from your environment and you ask a little interesting question based on that cue. The reason why context cues are so helpful is because, one, you're always in some kind of context, so they're easy to come up with. And two, they're typically safe because it's about a shared experience. So if you feel brave, I definitely recommend asking something like, "Oh, what was the highlight of your day?" or "Working on anything exciting?" But if that seems too far, I want you to try a context cue. Here's some of my favorite context cues. "This venue is great. Have you been here before?" "That wine looks delicious. Would you recommend it?" "Love that shirt. Where did you get it?" "It's packed. How long have you been here?" "Love your Zoom background." "I've never been here before. Is this your first time?" "What a great group. How do you know each other?" "That food looks delicious. Have you gotten your plate yet?" Again, these are just using simple, easy context cues from your environment and adding a little bit of conversation. It's so much better than "How are you? How's it going? And what's up?" Bonus here, if you want to take your conversation to the next level, I highly recommend using one of our favorite 57 killer conversation starters. These are conversation starters you can use in any context with any person, and you can also pick some ones that might get you to get to know someone a little bit faster. So be sure to check those out at scienceofpeople.com/conversation. We also have our free 3 Steps to Amazing Conversation mini course, which is a free little mini course on how to carry on great conversation. Now that you've nailed that grand entrance, you got to make sure that you can carry it into a great conversation. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Also put in the comments below your favorite conversation starter or your favorite grand entrance tip. It wouldn't be a successful grand entrance video if I made a grand exit. Bye.
Hey, I want to tell you one more thing. You are amazing. The question is, do you know how to share it? I'd love to help. I save my very best tips for my insider subscribers. Subscribe for free at scienceofpeople.com. I know your inbox is sacred, so I promise to send you only emails you will love.